Hello and welcome to another video here from the Czech Republic. Today I've just come home, and for some reason I've had this weird craving for a Starobrno beer. I've been thinking about Starobrno the whole day, and I think the reason why is because I saw just recently a video on the Starobrno Facebook page, and I saw it again this morning about how they make green beer, because Easter is not too far away, spring is not too far away, and of course that's time for green beer. And it originated in Brno. Starobrno were the first ones to come up with it, and since then it's been a kind of become a small tradition here in the Czech Republic. And because I saw this video, for some reason I've just been thinking about Starobrno the whole day, so I decided to have a Starobrno Medium this evening. I'm going to take you on my little beer adventure. Starobrno Medium is a 11 degrees pale lager, 4.7% alcohol content, and 26 IBU. So 26 IBU, it suggests that it's rather well balanced. There's, the bitterness won't come through as much. Yeah, it's the flagship beer of the brewery, Starobrno Medium. So this is really their flagship beer, although they've just created a new one called Starobrno. But this has been the kind of #1 beer of the Starobrno brewery. Starobrno is a bit of a funny thing because in the Czech Republic you hear a lot of people kind of laughing about Starobrno and saying, well, I wouldn't drink that, it's just wrong. But then they have an output of about 1 million hectoliter per year as a brewery. And even here in the northwest of the country, when their cans or their bottles are on sale, on special offer in the supermarkets, they don't last long. They're sold out quite quickly. So I really do wonder who these people are, or who drinks Starobrno if everybody's laughing about them and nobody would ever touch their beer. Yet they have so much output in hectoliters per year, and their beers are kind of sold out once they are on special offer. But I guess that's the way it is. People need kind of some go-to beer that they always pick on, or some kind of thing that they continuously joke about. But fact is, it seems to be quite popular, even though people may not want to admit it. Starobrno was founded in 1872, so they've been around for quite a long time already. Back then, they used to be known as Starobrninske pivovar. Now they're Starobrno. And since 2003, they belong to the Heineken Group. So the Heineken Group of breweries, alongside other Czech breweries like Krušovice, Zlatopram and Brežňák. They belong to Heineken as well. So Heineken has quite a large presence on the Czech beer market. But enough talk. Let's give this beer a go and see why people may be laughing about it, or if they have no reason to laugh about the beer. I don't know. It's not much coming from the bottle in terms of aroma. But we will see what the first impression looks like. Yeah, it's okay. Foamy head, well, slightly foamy head. Golden color, you can see. So overall, not a bad impression. But I'm lacking aromas. There's not much coming from it here. Oh, sorry. It's okay. It's I don't think it's a bad beer, particularly bad beer, but I think it's it's a typical industrial beer. I'm not really getting much from it. It kind of tastes like a beer, but there's no outstanding elements. There's no bitterness, well, slight bitterness, but it really hardly comes through. Maltiness is not really present. I think it's a beer that if you just want to have a quick beer without being too fuzzy about it, then I think this is probably one of the beers that you want to go to or go for, because it's relatively cheap. I remember, but obviously that's a long time ago, around 15 years ago. I was drinking Starobrno in Brno itself in a small pub, and I paid 19 crowns. 19 crowns for half a liter. So, and I do think it's a kind of working man's beer. By saying that, I don't want to belittle the working man. I mean, I'm working too, right? But what I mean is, it's probably beer if, when people go to a pub and I just want to have maybe one quick beer or a couple of beers with their mates, just to sit down and, after a long day of work but not really be bothered about the beer itself, but more maybe about the pricing perhaps, or just for the sake of having a beer. I think that's the kind of beer that is. I don't think it's a beer for the more people like beer sommeliers or people like that. I mean, beer sommeliers will probably try it, but they wouldn't go back for it. I really think it's more a kind of mass production beer that serves the mass market, people who just want to have a quick beer, and that's it. Having said that, and I don't think it's a particularly bad beer. It just doesn't sparkle anything. It's not a beer I would buy, like a pack of 20 of to have in my fridge. It's a beer that I would go back to every now and then. If somebody would offer it to me, I would accept it. But it's not a beer that I would, store and have in the fridge all the time. But it's not, when I think about other countries that I lived in, I have had a lot worse. I lived in Scotland for a while, and I remember having something called tenants. I would have been welcome this anytime over tenants. And I don't want to, for any Scottish people that might watch, I don't want to cause offense or, say something that would upset you. That's not my intention, but it's just my own personal taste. I didn't like it, although I drank it because it was a beer, and I was young, it was affordable, and it was a kind of, beer that was available kind of everywhere, but it wasn't a great beer. So if I would have been offered this as an alternative, I would have been very, very happy. So I think that's the kind of beer it is. I think it also depends on availability of kind of decent beers in general. If you live in a country that may not be a beer country, I think you might welcome this as well, if you like beer. And then of course it depends on personal taste as well. I do know some people that I actually met in Brno, tourists that went to Brno. They said they really like Starobrno. So it's really a matter of taste. It doesn't meet my taste. I think it's a beer that I would accept if somebody offered it to me, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. From a pricing point of view, though, it's actually quite okay. I think I paid about 18 or 19 crowns today in Kaufland. So, from a price perspective, I can't really complain because, I didn't pay 37 or 40 crowns almost like you would pay for Pilsner Urquell. I paid 18 or 19 crowns. So from that point of view, it's not bad. So with that, if you've ever had Starobrno, let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. Subscribe to my video to my channel for more videos from the Czech Republic, and I really hope to see you in the next video again. I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to head to bed. See you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.